So today is the 29th of July, 2021. And 30 days ago, at this time, Al and I were watching Final Jeopardy. It had been raining earlier. It is now raining again. That's the noise you're hearing. And he left and never came back. So for 30 days, I've been trying to deal with the loss of the person I've loved for 38 years. And I read in an article somewhere for Native Americans, because I was a Native, that many, they cut their hair in the death of an immediate family member as an outward symbol of the deep pain and of the physical reminder of the loss. And then the cut hair represents the time with their loved one, which is over and gone, and the new growth is life after. So I've done this when I was mourning our government, and so today I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to see if it will help any of the horrific pain that my husband's death has caused me. He was killed in a car accident by a 21-year-old uninsured kid who made not a kid, he was 21. He chose not to be insured, and he made a very bad judgment call. And my husband also made a judgment call, not realizing that the young person was driving as outrageously fast as he was. And it was a fatal judgment call. And I have been the one that has been trying to get things straightened out, and I'm tired of people telling me that I'm not his wife anymore. I'm a widow. Well, we said we were married for now and forever, and that includes forever, not just because people want to title me as something else. So I'm mourning the fact that I love the man for 38 years who was a human being who made a mistake. I'm mourning the fact that the 21-year-old was driving so fast and made the mistake of not trying to stop and is now thinking I should pay for his damage. I'm mourning the fact that I've had to try to figure out how to survive on my own after, 38 years of having a hero who always used to tell people I wasn't the pain in the ass that I thought I was with all my health issues and then with all his health issues. And I'm mourning the fact that he's the only person who ever thought I was beautiful. And I can't tell you what a horrible feeling that is. Because I've never had anybody tell me that in my whole life until I married him. And even as fat and ugly as I've gotten with the health issues and the medications and all that, I have to tell you that is something that most people wouldn't understand. I had a family that there was a lot of abuse. My grandfather thought I was his free sex ticket as a child from 4.5 on. And I remember my mother one time said, I just thought you were always so creative and you always made up so many stories. She said, Years later, like in my 50s, she said, I couldn't imagine a grandfather would do what he did. And my husband said, oh yeah, he sure did. And he never doubted me. He never questioned it when I met him. And I don't have that kind of that honesty, that support, that, and I know I'm not expecting it from anybody else, because we were alone. We have no kids. We have no family. All of our bio family that's immediate is gone. Al had a couple cousins. One of them we got to meet before COVID and never got to see again. And he was kind enough to do a tribute for Al. But I'm mourning the fact that I don't have that wonderful hand at night that'll hold my hand. I don't have when I have my night terrors with my post-traumatic stress, he's not holding my hand and telling me it's okay. I'm here. I don't have anybody who was in such horrible pain that I used to cover for him. And we'd always use me as the reason why he couldn't get anywhere and do stuff. But because his pain was so terrible from his injury at working for the goddamn post office, who screwed him of everything, his pension, everything. I'm mourning the fact that he didn't deserve to have somebody kill him because they were young and stupid. And I'm mourning the fact that I have no idea how I'm going to live or what I'm going to do with my life, because I am no longer part of somebody. Everybody has said the same thing. It was always Megan and Al, or Al and Megan. I have lost half of my life, and I know that my life will never be good. There'll be never anybody as kind and gentle as my husband. And when people tell you, take one day at a time, take 1 hour at a time, when there's things like this tonight, it's so ironical. It was pouring rain a few minutes ago. On the 29th of June, it had rained during dinner, so he didn't go to, he was going to supposedly go and get gas for the car, and so we didn't do our normal routine. Actually, he was just going to get the mail, put the trash out and get the mail, but instead, he decided to do something else after that. So he didn't have his phone on him. He didn't have, we didn't get to say our total routine. And I know I always said I loved him every single day. We said that every day, all the time. So may I tell you something? If you're mad at your husband, may I suggest you make sure to get unmad. And if you're mad at your wife, get unmad. Figure out a way to solve that problem, because I would do anything to have him back. This is my sweetheart, Alexander Jonathan Lee Bouchard. We were going to grow old together, and it didn't happen. He was so excited. He only had 6 more months, and he'd be 65. And he said, finally, he goes, I'll be a real senior. It didn't happen. And I know that I have no knowledge where I'm going to go, how I'm going to live. I mean, Social Security insurance, they're also screwed up. They've driven me crazy this week. But I read too that I can put some of my hair in with his ashes, so when we take him to the lake, we can put him together. And I have a couple locks of his hair. So when I get to die, finally, for good, I'm going to have him put in with my ashes. I'm trying to write up everything, so when I die, everybody will have it all set. Because we thought we had everything working right. Well, we'll see. According to many of the Native Americans, this gives me the ability to move on to a new growth, a new life after. I just don't see what kind of life it will be. Bye.